Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Shri Nam Sankirtan ki jai, Shri Prabhupada ki jai. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. We are reading from Srimad Bhagvatam, Canto 10, Chapter 83, Text 11 to 16. I shall read text 11 to 15 and then recite 16. Srikalindi uvacha tapascharantim agyaya swapada sparshanashaya sakyopetya grahit panim yoham tadgrahamarjani. Translation. Sri Kalindi said, "The Lord knew I was performing severe austerities and penances with the hope of one day touching his lotus feet. So he came to me in the company of his friend and took my hand in marriage. Now I am engaged as a sweeper in his place." Sri Mitra Vindovacha Yo Mam Swayamvara Upetya Vichitya Bhupan Inye Swayutam Gami Ivatma Balim Dvipari Bhratrumscha me pakurita swapuram shriyaukas tasyastu menu bhavan angri avane janatvam. Translation. Sri Mitravinda said, "At my Swayamvar ceremony, he came forward, defeated all the kings present, including my brothers, who dared insult him, and took me away just as a lion removes his prey from amidst a pack of dogs. Thus Lord Krishna, the shelter of the goddess of fortune, brought me to his capital city. May I be allowed to serve him by washing his feet, life after life." Sri Satyovacha Saptokshanoti Bala Viryasu Tikshna Shringan Pitrakratan Kshitipavirya Parikshanaya Tan Vira Durmatahanas Tarasa Nirgriyahya Kridan Bavandayahaya Hayata Sishavoja Yayittam Virya Shulkam Mam Dasibis Chaturanginim Patinirjitya Rajanyan Ninye Tadasyamastu me. Sri Satya said, "My father arranged for 7 extremely powerful and vigorous bulls with deadly sharp horns to test the prowess of the kings who desired my hand in marriage. Although these bulls destroyed the false pride of many heroes, Lord Krishna subdued them effortlessly, tying them up in the same way that children playfully tie up a goat's kids. He thus purchased me with his valor. Then he took me away with my maidservants and a full army of 4 divisions, defeating all the kings who opposed him along the road. May I be granted the privilege of serving that Lord." Shribhadrovacha Pita me matuleyaya Swayam ahuyya dattavan Krishne Krishnaya tacchitta Akshohinya Saki Janai. Text 16. Asya me pada samsparsho Bhave janmani janmani कर्मभिर्ब्राह्म्यमाणाय येन तच्छ्रेय आत्मना अस्य मे पादसंस्पर्शो भवेज्जन्मनि जन्मनि कर्मभिर्ब्राह्म्यमाणाय येन तच्छ्रेय आत्मना अस्य मे पादसंस्पर्शो भवेज्जन्मनि जन्मनि कर्मभिर्ब्राह्म्यमाणाय येन तच्छ्रेय आत्मना Mataji. Shribhadravacha. Shribhadra said, Pita, father, me, my Matuleyaya, to my maternal cousin, Swayam, of his own accord, Ahuya, inviting, Dattavan, gave, Krishna, O Krishna Draupadi, Krishnaya, to Lord Krishna, Tat, absorbed in whom, Chittam, whose heart, Akshauhinya, with an Akshauhini military guard, Saki Janai, and with my female companions, Asya, his, may, for me, Pada, of the feet, Samsparsha, the touch, Bhavet, may it be, Janmani Janmani, in one life after another, Karma be, due to the reactions of material activities, Brahmya Manaya, who will be wandering, Ena, by which, Tat, that, Shreya, ultimate perfection, Atmanaha, of myself. Translation and purport by disciples of His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Srila Prabhupada disciples ki jai. Sri Bhadra said, My dear Draupadi, of his own free will, my father invited his nephew Krishna, to whom I had already dedicated my heart, and offered me to him as his bride. My father presented me to the Lord with an Akshokini military guard and a retinue of my female companions. My ultimate perfection is this, to always be allowed to touch Lord Krishna's lotus feet as I wander from life to life, bound by my karma. Purport. With the word Atmanaha, Queen Bhadra speaks not only for herself, but for all living entities as well. The soul's perfection, Shreyatmana, is devotional service to Lord Krishna. both in this world and beyond, in liberation. Srila Jiva Goswami comments that although in civilized society it is normally considered disrespectfully to publicly speak the name of one's guru or husband, Lord Krishna's name is unique. The mere utterance of the name Krishna is commendable as the highest expression of reverence for God. As the Shvetashvatara Upanishad states, Yasya Nama Mahadyasha, the holy name of the Lord is supremely glorious. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadameham Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatanvitam Tvam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalitan Shri Vishakhanvitamscha Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravari Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namine Gauratvise Namaha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostate Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Nilachala Nivasaya Nityaya Paramatmane Balabhadra Subhadrabhyam Jagannadaya Te Namaha Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Eva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So in this translation and purports, we are seeing how the queens of Krishna, they are expressing how they have offered themselves to Krishna. Krishna is has so mercifully accepted and very valorously has, like, we are seeing that how Satya, she was explaining that how he has, yeah, Chambavati and Mitravinda and Kalindi and Satya, how he vigorously defeated all the seven bulls. Mitravinda said that, during the Swayamvar, he defeated all the kings present. And Rukmini, we see that how he had defeated all the kings present and kidnapped her. And in this way, and Bhaumasur, how all the 16,000 queens, 16,000 princesses were also 16,100 and 100 princes were also rescued from Brahmasur, and they were taken by Krishna's grace. So in this way, so Krishna is very merciful. So all these princes and queens, they have a unique characteristic which made them qualified. The princess of, let us say, princesses of Bhaumasur, who were under Bhaumasur. So to say, from a perspective, they were contaminated in the sense that they were taken captive by Bhaumasur, and according to Vedic perspective, they have been contaminated in that sense. But they had a very pure heart. And they always prayed to Krishna that let Krishna come and deliver us. So and then Krishna came and delivered them. And Krishna had accepted them. They said that, where do we go now? My parents will not accept us, and nobody else will accept us. We are shelterless. So, and we have been praying for you. You are our only shelter. So kindly accept us. And Krishna had mercifully accepted them because he knows that their desires are free from any blemish. So in that way, so all these queens, if you see the prayers of all these queens, they say that how Krishna had come and he has accepted them, and now they want to be, their only desire is to be Krishna's maid servant. So completely spotless in that sense. So bhakti is about offering oneself to Krishna. If you see the queens of, so they have gone through such tough situations in that sense. Because they do not themselves have any independence, so to say. They are only dependent on Krishna. So Mitravinda, let us say, she Krishna Rukmini has gone through so much insecurity in the sense that she wanted to get married to Krishna, and she has been waiting for Krishna, and she was in so much anxiety. She has sent a messenger, and she has been waiting and waiting and praying, and in that letter she has written that in case you do not choose me, then I will remain like this life after life, till the time I will give up my body and remain like this life after life till the time you choose me. Like that she writes. So bhakti is about how we offer our emotions to Krishna, uh, because our emotions are you know uh, in our conditioned state, in our present conditioned state, they are being offered to many different things, and they are being offered to lust and greed and envy and anger and illusion and pride and all these things, uh, and bhakti is about transforming it from material emotions to spiritual emotions. And Bali is a good example to study. Bali Maharaj. Bali Maharaj is a very good example to study in the sense that Bali Maharaj had Jai Shri Shintai Gauranga ki, Jai Srila Prabhupada ki, Jai. So Bali Maharaj is a very good example in the sense that he was a conditioned soul. Not a conditioned soul. I mean, he was playing the role of being a conditioned soul. And his association was so demoniac. His desires were so demoniac. And all his associates were all demons. Namuchi and all these different people. And his desires were also very demoniac. And he threw away the demigods from their heavenly planet. Initially, when there was battle between demigods and demons, demigods killed Bali. Then Shukracharya protected him, saved him, made him alive. He was killed, and Shukracharya protected him, made him alive. And when he did some special yajna, because of which he got tremendous strength, and then he pleased Shukracharya very much. And by pleasing a Brahmana, we get a lot of strength. So Bali had got tremendous strength. And Shukracharya was Brahmana, so he got tremendous strength. The formula is similar. Formula is similar, whether in material life or spiritual life. So Shukracharya was, he got tremendous strength. Bali had got tremendous strength. So he attacked the heavenly planets. It is explained the demigods, when Bali Maharaj attacked, they didn't even look back. They didn't even think, oh, my wife probably, she also has to be protected. I should take her also along with him. No. Just ran away. My children, at last, पहले खुद का जान बचाओ बाद में देखेंगे. है ना. The property, no, nothing. किसका पेपर है, क्या है, किधर है, क्या है, कुछ नहीं. पेपर बाढ़ में जाए, संपत्ति बाढ़ में जाए, nothing. So they just ran away from that place. He was with so much vigor he attacked. Bali had attacked with so much, they didn't even fight back. They just ran away from that place. They took different colors. Indra took the form of a chameleon, it is said. You know? different, different forms and different. They just ran away, hiding here and there. So that was the situation of demigod. So powerful was Bali's attack. The problem with Bali is that he got the property, he got the kingdom, he got the property, but he didn't have ownership. He didn't have ownership. He got the property, he got it in his possession, but no ownership. Why? Because in order to be a owner, you have to pay the price, and he didn't pay the price. What was the price? The price is 100 Ashwamedha Yagyas. That is the price. So he started paying the price. He went and he chose a Siddhashram, the same place where Lord Ramachandra had gone later on and killed Tataki and Tataki was initially killed, and he went and he killed Maricha, and Maricha was thrown away and Subahu was killed where Vishwamitra had done his yagya. So that is the same place where Bali Maharaj had done his 100 Ashwamedha yagyas. So meanwhile, so anyway, so the story is long. To cut it short, so Vamandev was, invited by Aditi, and Vamandev comes. So Vamandev comes, and he comes to the yagya arena of sacrifice. So now here is Bali. He has, despite all his bad qualifications, he has one good qualification. What is his good qualification? He is the grandson of Prahlad Maharaj. And in his childhood, he got some association of Prahlad. That is his good qualification, despite all the bad qualifications. What are his bad qualifications? You name every qualification, he has all bad qualifications. He has bad association. He threw away demigods. He plundered away the property. And all his associates are like that only, they would, they would plunder away others' property, others' wives, others' possessions, everything. So those were his associates. So this was, so because his association was all like that. But he has one good quality, and that was that, of course, he has many good qualities, but one spiritual quality, that he is the grandson of Prahlad, and he got association of Prahlad from in his childhood, which made his situation very unique. So Vamandev, he is very merciful. He is merciful upon all the devatas. So he thought that I have to protect the Brahmanical culture and I have to protect all the devatas, and we can't wage a war now, because if we wage a war now, he is already protected by the prowess of a Brahmana, and if we wage a war now, so we will not be able to win. In the sense that, of course, Lord Vishnu, he can never get defeated, but he respects his own rules. So he has to make a situation by which the Brahmana is offended. So Vamandev comes in the form of a small dwarf Brahmana, and he goes there, and Bali, when he was doing all his sacrifices, he was giving so much charity. Anybody who comes, he would give charity. Any Brahmana comes, he may have a name, he may have, nobody may know him, some people may know him, people may not know him, whatever, they would be offered charity. So Vamandev was like, Bali was like that. He is a very charitable person. And he is doing yagya, he is all the more charitable. So he is doing yagya and he is so charitable. And so at that time, Vamandev comes. And Vamandev comes and he doesn't, when Vamandev came there, nobody knew him, na, because he has just come from the womb. He has become, immediately after coming from the womb, he has grown up, and he has got all the benedictions from all the demigods, all charity they have come, and when there was Upanay and Samskar, all the demigods had come and they offered him lots of benedictions. So in this way, Bali had, Vamandev had got all the benedictions, and so nobody knew his identity. So he came there, but you don't need an identity. When Supreme Lord comes, he doesn't need an identity. He doesn't need to convince other people to give his identity. Imagine we are doing a festival, uh, and then we have security protocols here and there, right? Imagine Jai Patak Maharaj comes. All the security people know, he's something special. He comes with 20 people. He comes with 20 devotees along with him. You know? So and not only he comes with 20 people, all the security officers, all officers are around him only. So he doesn't need an identity card, so to say. So when Vamandev came, no identity card is needed. Just, the look at him, people understood that, he's something special. So he went inside directly. So Bali had invited him, and he said that, so he asked, please let us know what do you want. We'll give you whatever charity you want. You're a Brahmana. Whatever charity you want, we shall offer it to you. So Bali, Vamandev, is very intelligent. He knew that, of course, he's a Brahmana, but he also knew that this Bali had association of Prahlad, and he has a devotional inclination. He has a spiritual inclination. Of course, Vamandev had come for protecting Brahmanical culture. There is no doubt about it. And he had done that task. He protected Brahmanical culture, and he had empowered Indra, and he had disempowered Bali. But not only that, he empowered Indra, he had given him kingdom, he had given him possessions, but Vamandev is so merciful that he had given his real mercy to Bali. Why? Because Bali had a spiritual inclination. Bali's connection with Prahlad, so Vamandev could see that. So Vamandev thought, I'll give him an opportunity. And he came and he gave the opportunity. So he gave, so as and when Bali came, Vamandev came, and it is customary to offer, to wash the dust of the Brahmanas. She washed the feet of Brahmanas, and Bali took that water, and Vindhyavali, who is wife of Bali, she also took that water, Charanamrit. That made the transformation. So that very time Bali had become devotional. The moment he had taken the Charnamrit of Lord Vishnu, all his emotions which were offered to a material cause have got diverted to a spiritual cause. The Charnamrit made the difference. So Bali, he got association. So in this way, he got association of Vamandev, and then he gave his word that whatever you want, I'll give, and he offered that promise also. So after offering that promise, Shukracharya got a doubt. He seems to be no ordinary Brahmana. He seems to be no ordinary Brahmana. So he came and he said that, hey, this is no ordinary Brahmana. He is Vishnu himself. So you can't give the whole property. If you give the whole property, what will happen to me? This person will take away the whole property. So then what will happen to me? So anyway, so Bali says, no. Bali actually says, Bali at that time he says to Shukracharya, no, I'm not, I have already given my word, and I will put Shukracharya gives a scriptural reference that how it's okay to tell a lie under some circumstances. But Bali says, no, I am not going to follow that. So Bali also gives scriptural references. It's not that Bali doesn't give scriptural references. So Bali gives scriptural references in order to pacify Shukracharya. So the references which Bali gives are all from Vedic scriptures, but in the depth of his heart, he is convinced that this offering I have to make it to Lord Vishnu. So he is convinced that I have to offer myself, offer my emotions to Lord Vishnu, offer myself to Lord Vishnu. So and then Bali he offers his. So he offers his. Uh, he says that okay. He gives the reasons that okay. First he says that if I have already given a word, if I take back my word, then I will become my word will become nullified. I will become a liar. One reason he gives. Another reason he gives is that this will lead to infamy. Oh, people will say forever, Bali is an untruthful person. Third reason he gives that, it not only leads to infamy, but it also leads to loss of prosperity. Because if one doesn't follow dharma, that leads to loss of prosperity. So all these reasons he gives to Shukracharya. But in depth of his heart, he knows that I have to do this because I have to offer devotion to Lord Vishnu. So in this way, Bali had given several reasons, but he wants to offer it to Lord Vishnu. He wants to give some or other reasons in order to offer it to Lord Vishnu. And he ultimately offers it to Lord Vishnu. And Vishnu had humiliated him so much. And still he stood to the test, he stood to the challenge. And he continued offering it to Lord Vishnu. So, in our own life also, these emotions which we have in our heart, they have to be offered to Lord Vishnu, Lord Krishna. And if we do not offer them, they will become burdensome for us. They will become burdensome for our spiritual life. Why? Because we are trying to practice spiritual life. We are chanting Hare Krishna, hearing about Krishna, associating with devotees, rendering service, and we are putting energy into it. But our mind is attracted towards matter. So it's like swimming. Of course, I am not a swimmer, I don't know, swimming. But I heard, that if we swim and if there is, 20 kg bag upon your back, you know, or, you're tied, there's a big, heavy, huge weight on your body. It becomes very difficult. So our swimming is also like that. We are swimming in the sense that we are practicing spiritual life, chanting Hare Krishna, and all doing all these things, but our mind is attracted to matter. So, so therefore, it becomes very difficult for us to swim upstream with such a heavy weight. So we have to do that endeavor to offer those emotions in Krishna service, like all these queens of Krishna, they have, you know, they have offered their emotions in Krishna service. We have to do that endeavor to offer those emotions in Krishna service. So there are 4 ways by which we can offer our emotions. First and foremost is that if we want to offer our emotions in Krishna service, the biggest obstacle is Vaishnava Aparadha. That becomes a hindrance for offering our emotions in Krishna service. It becomes like a burden which drags us down. We may not know, but it is, we just can't go ahead. It keeps dragging us down, keeps pulling us back, keeps pulling us back. One time I was talking with one senior devotee some few years back. So I was asking some questions and confusions and all that. So, so when I was asking him, he gave some solutions and all that. And then he said, probably there is some Vaishnava prad in your behavior. You know, just take a look into your inventory. Anyway, I took a note of it. But, because our mind and intelligence is limited, we can't understand. So after 1.5 years, I have understood that there was a problem in my spirit. There was some offensive attitude which was dragging me down, which was not allowing me to overcome some obstacle in my spiritual life. And when I had realized, I looked back, and of course I used to take note of it repeatedly, but I didn't have that intelligence to be able to comprehend. So many times we may have so we may want to overcome some obstacles in our spiritual life, but we are unknowingly we are being pulled down because of our offensive attitude or materialistic disposition towards devotees. When we are in spiritual circles, we are supposed to see everything spiritual and discriminate between spirit and matter. Paramhamsa is one. If we give him water and water mixed with milk, he takes, Paramhamsa means he takes milk, leaves water. If somebody gives us water mixed with milk, either we take both or we reject both. That is our problem. because we are not Paramahamsas. So, so our problem is we are in spiritual world. See, we see everything as matter. Or sometimes we become very emotional, we see everything as spirit, even matter as spirit. So if we see everything as matter, that is offensive attitude. And if we see everything as spirit, that is also sahajayic attitude. It's also offensive in one sense. Yeah. So this is one big obstacle which drags us behind. So this is first thing. Second thing is that the way by which we can offer ourselves to Krishna is to come together and chant and hear glories of Krishna. Because, our mind and senses are supposed to be engaged in glorifying and chanting Krishna's names. And what best way can that be done other than by association of devotees? The Sankirtan means coming together and chanting and hearing glories of Krishna. And that is the best way by which one can give up one's shortcomings, according to Bhagavatam. So that is the second aspect. Third aspect is Yukta Vairagya. Yukta Vairagya means within our capacity to offer whatever we have, so-called matter, in Krishna's service, and to engage it in Krishna's service. If we try to do it beyond our capacity, then we'll get caught up by matter. If we don't do it, if we do it below our capacity, then that is artificial renunciation, Falgu Vairagya. That will also catch us. Matter still, even then, that time also matter will catch us. Because matter will become a burden for us. We have matter with us. And if we don't engage it in Krishna's service, it will become a burden for us. So Yukta Vairagya means whatever matter we have. Now what matter we have? Even if we don't have anything, still we have our body and mind. If we don't have any, there is no question of not having anything. But still, let us say, for the sake of argument, we have very little possessions. Still we have a body, mind and intelligence and ego anyway. And our karma and pravritti and inclinations and skills and all these things which become a burden anyway. And these are all materialistic things, they are a burden. Vidyara vilase katayunu kala paramasahase. So all these material different identities which we have, they are all burdens for us. So Yukta Vairagya means to offer them in Krishna's service. So if we don't offer them in Krishna's service, they'll become a burden. And if we try to over offer them more than our capacity, then Maya will catch us. So that is the third principle. And fourth principle, is to render service in the mission of the Lord. And that is the best way by which our emotions can be offered in Krishna's service. Because when we offer it, when we try to meditate, instead of meditating on our own problems, better it is to meditate on what Krishna wants, what Lord Chaitanya wants. That is the best way, that is the best possible meditation. And put our energy in trying to assist Lord Chaitanya's mission. So that will bring out our emotions, spiritual emotions. Why? Because we invite Lord Chaitanya's mercy. When we invite Lord Chaitanya's mercy, then naturally that will bring out our spiritual emotions. And Lord Chaitanya reciprocates with us. Yeah. So these are the four principles which are very important in offering our emotions to Krishna. Many times emotions become a burden for us. Material emotions become a burden for us. And we can't just give it up also, because they are there with us. The karma is there with us. We can't give it up. Imagine something becomes a burden. Some material object becomes a burden. We are supposed to give it up. But how can we give up our karma? It is there with us. It's not going to go away. Only thing we can do is spiritualize it. And attempt to do is spiritualize it. Nothing else we can do. This is our misfortune. Because we have been wandering around in this material world. This karma is strongly there upon our head, upon our the bank account is burdening us. Yeah, so and we can't give it up. The only way to give it up is, the only way to address it is spiritualize it. Okay, thank you very much. We have 1 or 2 minutes remaining. If someone has some questions or comments, we'll take. Otherwise, we'll end it here. Huh? Yukta Vairagya is, whatever we have, that you can engage it in Krishna service. And the spiritual mission is, that comes from the top. We don't have any capacity. But it comes from the top, like Hanuman. He got the mission to search out Sita. So that has been given by Lord Ramachandra. So there's a huge difference between the two. Generally, we tend to think that both are similar. Because we do not meditate on the mission of the Lord. Therefore, we think both are similar. But there is a huge difference between the two. Why? Because Yukta Vairagya is what we have. We are trying to engage in Krishna service. And mission is something which is offered by Krishna to us. This is what I want you to do, Baba. So that is far, that is more important than Yukta Vairagya. Why? Because we accept what Krishna wants us to do. So now how do we know what Krishna wants us to do? For that we should be Krishna conscious, otherwise how can we know? And we should have that connection to Krishna and Guru, Sadhu and Shastra. So first of all, to know what Krishna wants us to do is very important. And then put our endeavors there and not put endeavors anywhere else. So like that. So it's very important. So it's very important to know what Krishna wants us to do. And not be just engaged in what our mind and senses say. That we do because we have our karma. But more important than that is what Krishna wants us to do. Srimad Bhagvatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.